Hey there everybody, and welcome to another episode of Los Santos in Transit. As always, a nice cup of coffee here to get me going. So, this time we looks like we're taking some clothes from Ron's Clothing, which is in this Darnell Bros building for some reason, and we are taking it to this store, and the pay is nice, $1,345. Not so far from out of town, so that's pretty good pay for what it is. So we're just gonna back up here and grab our trailer before we set off, and now we can head off. Alright, so it's been a while since I've done the last one. It was a nice test. I'm still not really sure if it's popular or not, but it could be issue with tags and metadata and all that sort of stuff. So I feel like doing another one just to see how well it's going to do overall. And there'll be another City Skylines, and also just working on finishing up the Minecraft Let's Build, which is getting very close to done. So, and then we'll sort of see what happens after that as well. Oops, just took out a traffic light on the way out, but that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. They can figure that one out as well. People doing a roadworks on the side of the road there. So we're gonna head out into the countryside, away from the city, but we will have to go through the city to get to the east, or the east side of the map, and we're just heading sort of like east and then a little bit north, up past the wineries and the hills in that area, and then just to a local clothes store just down from there, towards the I think it's the Zancudo River, just near there, not too far off as well. So we might even be able to see some jets fly by, but we'll see how we go. Oh, gonna try. Okay, that was a bit of a red dot round, but that's fine. Oh shit, that was close. You better be a bit more careful next time I do that. So we're in the very heart of Los Santos at the moment. I don't know what, at Legion Square. Another place I actually come to very often in the game. It's sort of one of those areas that's there, but I never really see that much of. If you're noticing that this looks a little different, I've actually got a new new overhaul mod. I think it's called Natural Vision, and it works with Visual V, and the NVIDIA mods to go with that as well. And I think it's really nice. It's got a couple of cool options. So, for example, you can turn on depth of field, which kind of makes it go a little bit slow, and you can just put on like some lens dirt and flares and stuff like that. But I don't actually think. Okay, it doesn't look like it gets picked up on the recording software, but it sort of adds nice sort of cinematic feel, but it does come at the expense of performance with GA5. That being said, GA5 does run very well for a PC game, especially a port, which is one of the things that I like about this compared to GA4, is that the port's a lot better. May need to get some fuel in the way, because if you notice down the bottom left, the fuel is a little low, just under half. If I look on the map, there is fuel stations along the way, so we'll see how we go. And again, if we need to stop for fuel, we can do that. I don't think I have a fuel canister on me. I think I cleared out my inventory, so I can't stop and get out if we run out. So I just need to keep a close eye on that one, and make sure that we don't run out of fuel, or we also don't crash or any of those things. Death in general is good to avoid. I really like the reflections on the mirrors. They're a lot better than I thought they would be. You can't see cars per se, but there is, like, it does reflect a lot of objects on the street, and it is quite accurate as well. Like, buildings are where buildings should be, which is really good. So I quite like how they've done the reflections in this game. Better than I would expect, to especially considering that this was never intentionally a first person, or wasn't built on the previous generations to be a first person game, or at least have that option. So it's quite nice to see that. The same to go to the actual cars as well, like you can see reflections on the car paint. And I think this overhaul mod does tweak them a little bit. So you can see on that sort of black car to my right, there seems to be a decent amount of detail and a bit more of a chrome or reflective colour on that compared to sort of vanilla GTA 5. Oh, okay. And speaking of that guy just swerving, I've also added in like a new physics mod, or handling mod, and basically it just tweaks the handling a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of the default GTA 5 handling. I get that they're trying to clean it up, but it's too arcadey, and sort of you can drive way too easily with minimal repercussions. So this one just kind of adds a bit more weight to the cars, makes them slide a bit easier or a bit more like what they would in real life as well, which is quite nice. Like I like to sort of have that feeling of if I drive like an idiot or a maniac on the roads, I'm going to end up crashing, because that's what would sort of happen, realistically in real life. But it's not like hyper realistic that you actually have to be a racing car driving to, pull off interesting moves or anything like that as well. So it does cause the AI, because they're not programmed to deal with that sort of those sort of physics. They do tend to sort of spin around corners and just in general crash, which provides for some entertaining comedy when you're watching someone slam into someone or slide around your car as well. And hopefully we'll still be able to keep safe from that sort of thing from happening. I think I did one time. I had someone like fly into the rear of the trailer that I had, and just sort of popped the tire, and so basically it went around a corner down a hill, and the entire trailer just like swung right round to the side, and was literally like perpendicular to the actual cabin of the truck. And so I took out a couple of signposts on the way. What's going on? It's not moving. Come on. So like that, you can just keep beeping them until they freak out. And even if it's a red light, you can just keep beeping them and they'll just freak out and drive off regardless. Good way to sort of do a Watch Dogs style traffic accident, just sort of hold someone until they run a red light, and just watch the mayhem ensue as a result. I've also tweaked the FOV on this as well, just so I can see a bit more. You'll notice that there's a bit of clipping with the actual player model, just so I can see more in the cars, because the one issue that I have with the cars, or at least in first person, is that you feel like you're sort of slammed up against the windscreen. So this one just kind of pushes you back a little bit, makes it feel a bit more realistic, and you can sort of see around the cabin a bit more, and sort of have a bit of situational awareness, I suppose, rather than sort of straight tunnel vision. So that makes it a lot easier to play with as well. I'm really liking this overall mod. Like, it just looks really nice. I thought, especially at midday, is probably where this looks fantastic. Like, really hits realism on the head there. I think you even get like a bit of a bloom from some of the really white buildings if it's a clear day as well, which is quite nice. It's a little bit too extreme in some points, but it still looks amazing. And you get into the left lane here and get through these lights. So pretty much going to be heading up through the hills of Vinewood, over those mountains in the distance that you can see, through the road that winds through one of the valleys there. And that'll bring us down onto the other side of the wineries. So it should be a nice sort of bendy trip. I think there's some nice overhanging trees on there, so it should be a good ride there. Not too long as well, won't take as long as last time. because I don't have as heavier livery as I did last time, because last time was like military vehicles, and so they just were so heavy and I could barely keep 40 miles per hour on the truck, whereas this one's just a normal standard trailer, so it's gonna weigh like a normal trailer. It's not gonna hold us back, so we can still reach the nice sort of speeds of 60 miles per hour. I don't know whether these roads get up to 60 because it's not a main highway, but I think it goes to at least 50 at the very least, so you know, we're not going to be going at snail's pace the whole way as well. Just passing the Run petrol station, but we should be pretty right for fuel. We might even be able to make the whole trip with the fuel that we have, but there is one last fuel station that I do pass before we're just over halfway, so I sort of had to judge it as to whether I, you know, once I pass that point, whether I can make it or whether I need to stop to actually get some fuel. Whoa, okay. That's what I mean by crazy driving. You've got a big goods truck horizontal across the road, and then a taco van, just sort of taco truck, has just knocked over, well, a traffic light, and now all the cars are smashing into it. If we can sort of get around this here. Thankfully half the traffic lights disappeared, but yeah. That's with the new physics, or the new suspension, so they do. It's interesting. Like, I kind of like it because it's sort of, whoops, I just hit that motorbiker, but it does create some sort of amusing scenarios. Oh, there's another taco truck. So he doesn't spin out into us. Of course, another accident. Wow, wow, Jesus. Yeah, another car swerving around. I'm not sure why he swerved though. He was going pretty straight. So I can't really find many reasons why he'd want to take such a harsh left turn there. And unless he sort of wanted to go left and then decided otherwise, maybe realised he was about to take a wrong turn. So here's the last petrol station, and I'm pretty sure we should be right. Like, this is, like, we had about just under half of a tank of fuel left, and we've got maybe just around a quarter. Shit. And assuming we don't get run over by other cars or run into, I think we should make it pretty easily. I don't really see that being an issue. And this guy's going right. Whoa! No, he's just giving way to them. I know we've got sounds like a police pursuit coming up beside us. Oh, this could go badly. I should probably wait for this police car to go. And should be right. Okay. The police chases are actually quite funny. Most of the time, the actual criminal gets away because the police just drive like terrible with the new physics. It's funny because the criminals drive fine, but the police just can't do it. With this being the exception, as they've just knocked that guy's front tire off. And oh jeez, people just sort of spinning out. Got a Lamborghini type thing about to try and get through. There's another car spinning out. Jeez, whoa! Oh, and he's just going into the front of me. Far out, and his tire just came off as well. And the police are dead. So I'm just going to keep going. And if I can, no, he's going to go down there, just run over that dead body at his head time. I'm pretty, oh jeez. I'm pretty sure, oh shit, now he's just swerved into me. He's going to get out of here before this just turns into complete chaos. I'm sure those will blow up once I leave. I'm pretty sure the police died, they were all dead, so just everyone dies in that one situation. Which has also made my fuel efficiency drop a little bit because I was just sort of hanging around there for them to get out of the way. So now it's, in hindsight, I probably should have stopped for the sort of predictability of GTA 5. I need to make sure I don't go too fast and slide around the corners. I don't think any of my tyres are popped, so should be right. When your tires pop in the trailer, that's when things get really pear-shaped, because they literally just lose all their traction, and coming around corners like these, they just swing far to the right side, slam into the barriers. So we should be coming up on the winery, which I think is to our left. So I've got to turn off onto this street here, and I want to make sure that no one's coming around this corner that's going to run into me. I think it's safe, so I should be able to go. Good. Okay, so we got through that intersection without drama. But this part could be interesting. It is a lot windier. And obviously with AI, physics and winding roads, there is room for error to happen. It's not as the same windy part as I thought it would be, so it's a bit shorter. There's another one I think that's further that way, that's just like really windy and really steep. So this one's not too bad. So I think we should get to here pretty hassle-free. And that'll be just about it almost. And let's see, wait for that guy to go. Don't think there's anyone coming to our right, but we only need to watch to the left, so it's pointless. Okay, so should be good to go now. Double check the map, make sure we're going in the right direction. Yep, cool. So now we just pretty much just follow this road up all the way, and we'll be there. We'll have made it again. That car line's back of me. Diggers. So we've got Fort Zancudo on the left. See some of the planes flying over, and the jets. I don't have any custom jets though, so it's just the whatever the real life equivalent is for that one. So I think because it's on the left here, we're gonna have to do a U-turn and spin this truck around. So I'm just going to get off the side of the road here, let some cars pass me, straighten up here, and see if we can do a quick U-turn. Tractor's pretty slow, so it should be right. And easy. Just roll up here to a nice slow stop, slow down, uncouple the trailer. There we go. I did unfortunately receive a little bit of damage because I had some cars run into me, so I've lost 10%, which is $134, but that's not too bad. 1,042 I think I would have made on that one. So I'm just going to park this up here. Whoa, where's the trolley? Shit. I just destroyed some homelessman's transport / home. Straighten her up. Jump out. And finish off with a nice view of the Zancudo River. Anyway, this has been another Los Santos in Transit. Thanks for watching. And until next time. See ya.